We're at the Goodwill outlet today. As you can see, we've already been thrifting. This has already, like, if we're watching this video, this went up on Monday's video, but we finished so early, it's barely 11 o'clock. We decided to go ahead and get a head start on Thursday's video. What are you looking for today, Zeb?
So I didn't really find too many old books last time, so I really want to get some old books while we're in here, see if we can find something that's like in the 1800s maybe. And then, you know, the usual, the quilts, and last time we got some good home decor, so I'm going to go through those bins a little better this time.
Definitely coffee table books. I pretty much think all of our coffee table books, anything kitschy and weird, sells right away, so going to be looking for those. Our Goodwill outlet is in Salt Lake, Utah, just off of California Avenue. We get asked a lot where we're thrifting, so I thought I'd tell you in the beginning of our video. Comment below with where you're from if you want to share, and where your favorite place to thrift is, because Zeb and I are always traveling and we're looking for new honey holes. There's Zeb just whistling, slowly sauntering.
It's not a saunter, the car wouldn't lock.
Oh, well, that's a problem. Thank you. Oh, they must have just changed bins. Let's go. There's a quilt topper not finished. Just gonna grab that one. Love this Martha Stewart collection. That's beautiful. So I've actually bought this before at Hobby Lobby. This is really great upholstery fabric. So I'm gonna grab this. And I'm thinking this quilt too, like it's got kind of funky, but it's got these orange flowers on it that I like.
So a quick grab of books today. They just brought the carts out, so there was a frenzy over there. I wasn't able to film good. I did find a lot of these are hammered. Some of them I got for color, some for content. There's a couple of cookbooks and coffee table books down here. This one here, I found my book from the 1800s, 1895. Found a couple of cool books. They're newer, not old on these ones. Pioneer Woman cookbooks, those always do well. This is my favorite. I love books like this with the cross sections. Look at that old ship. This book is interesting to me, the Cowboy Cookbook. I just flipped it open, random page, kangaroo leg. Oh, kangaroo tail, camel stew, barbecue emu. I haven't really seen Jami for a minute. We did talk at the cart for a sec. She got a bunch of quilts and Afghans, looks like. But I'm going to switch gears here. Kind of go through the home decor stuff for a minute. See if we can find anything cool. It's kind of a fun Union Bay backpack. Haven't seen Union Bay in a while. It's not super old. 1981 is when they originally started. So it's not going to be older than 42, 43 years old, but it's kind of a fun backpack. It's got like a quilted style on it.
I love this sheet. It's cream. It's got like a little edge. It's coming apart a little bit, but it's either very finely crocheted or tatted, and I love this. So cute. This looks like a quilt that may have some hand sewing, maybe mass produced, but I'm gonna pull it out. Just about the granny chicest bag I think I've ever seen. Looks all found. Even has a cute little button on it. I'm gonna grab this for sure. This is so cute. It's vintage round table scarf. It's actually in really good condition. All right, pink crocheted. This is really cute table runner. Zeb's gonna take it and fold it neatly.
This wood-handled masher. I'd use this for potatoes all day long. So a pro tip if you're going to the bins, you got people that'll come through and they'll scan all of these barcodes, see what they're selling for online. A lot of times they just pass them up, but the older books don't have barcodes, so they just churn through them. And a lot of times I can't filter through all these bins of books. But what I can do is I'll come back through once they've been through them, because they're leaving these, and find some good old fun books. Normally I would have passed on this because it's so small, but I picked it up and it is so soft. So I'm going to grab it. I found another one of these. I don't think it's quite as bright as the one Jami found, but maybe they can be friends.
Cute little vintage apron. Definitely going to grab that. It's like a half apron. Look how cute that is. Just found the most beautiful large tablecloth, embroidered. The colors are good. It's in overall good condition. All right, I have to buy this because I have no idea what it is. Hopefully OxyClean will take the staining out, but it's got like all these, like what was this attached to? I think if you didn't need to attach to anything, you could just cut these off and it would just be pretty as is, even framed out. I'm finding a lot of embroidery in here. Look at that. 2 of them. Looks like they're unfinished projects with a K monogrammed on them. Embroidered handkerchief. That's cute. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. It's a pillowcase. So I think this matches the sheet I bought that had the soft polka dots on it. I don't know if that's sold, but I'm going to go ahead and pick up the matching comforter, because if it did, maybe who bought it will want it, or maybe somebody will want a more complete set. I keep passing by this quilt. It is hand sewn, but it's kind of tattered, but the colors are just really good. And I'm a super big fan of tattered quilts, so I'm taking it home. I'm not leaving it here. I don't know if this is a sheet or what, but it matches another piece that I found, so I'm going to pick it up. And then I also found another crocheted table circle. Whenever you start finding this in like one place, it's best to like keep going back and digging, because usually it's like one person donated a lot of similar items and they got in a particular bin or two. Zeb is the official folder. He likes to fit as much in as possible. He's much neater than I am. I love this vintage 1959 picture of Jesus and a wood frame. It needs some more nails or something to hold it in, but I'm definitely going to grab this. Love this shelf. And there's a vintage magazine rack, although it's missing the top, so I'm going to pass on that. But this shelf is cool. It does need to be sanded. I don't know what's on top of that, but we'll sand it off, repaint it, and it'll look good. This is the cutest nativity book. So here's the front, and then it says, lift this sheet and open easel, manufactured 1952 to Jami. And it's the beginning. It's not in perfect condition. By him, Mary and Joseph, and then Jesus is born, and then it just keeps telling the story of the Savior. And it looks like all the pages are here. There's the wise men, the gifts, and then the shepherds are there, and then Silent Night. So cute. Just found this vintage Newsweek, 1982. Actually, it's pretty vintage because I was born just a month before this. And it talks about why Jimmy Carter lost. I'm going to pick it up because I looked it up and it's worth $30. Here's another vintage Newsweek. September 1982. Getting closer to my birthday. Getting older in 1980 before Zeb and I were born. Reagan, May 5th, 1980. Every single one of them has a cigarette ad on the back. That's interesting. Look at that.
Sign of the times.
This isn't old. This is one of those blankets from Egypt that's always really popular. It looks almost brand new, so I'm going to grab it. The brand is Tima. They're bringing out new bins, so we'll stick here for one more bin change out, and then we'll go home. Before Pinterest, they had books about how to throw parties and decorate. I'm definitely picking this up. This is so cute. It's like everything you need to throw like classic kids parties. Games, everything. This is amazing. All right, they're about to release the Kraken. Everybody's going to go dive into these. I do see one quilt that I'm possibly interested in, so I'll head to that. And then I like to just kind of stay back and see what people are throwing around. I'm not going to throw elbows. There's a lot of people here today. There we go. So far I found this really pretty quilt and this leather, almost cowboy looking bag. Looks like a hunting guy. Zeb can clean that up. Zeb, your arm's a little full. That's like a puff quilt. I like it.
Yeah, I think
it looks like it's homemade. We'll have to check when we get home.
Yeah, machine sewn.
It's good.
Let's take a gander at this all laid out. It's like each individual piece has been stuffed.
All right, Zeb found something Southwestern. That's good.
So,
it's vintage.
I feel like this could be wall art.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. I don't think it's a rug. And I found this really cute vintage nightgown. Look how cute that is. It's granny chic to the core. Here's a shabby chic brand top sheet. I love all the detail on it. Hello, peach chenille with fringe. Look how cute that is. It's not old. It's JCPenney, but I love chenille. So how much did we spend, Zeb?
Oh, 67, I think. Not the biggest, but
67.
it
But
worked out.
mostly linens. Linens are actually the cheapest thing by the pound, and it's really full all the way forward because we have 2 days worth of filming in here. So we're gonna go home and separate it out.
So these are the projects that we painted this week from last week that we thrifted, and this is what they look like when we make them over.
We did these in our channel member live, so you guys probably wouldn't see that unless you were channel members, and we wanted you to see all the projects. We're also going to be finishing an entire bucket of projects, so stay tuned to see what we're doing. We're going to do a 1 hour challenge. How many things can we get done in 1 hour?
All right, so this is not a thrifted project, but Jami she's in dire need right now.
The challenge is, can you paint plastic and make it look old and durable enough for outside? We are having a big event tomorrow. Odelia is opening up her mission call. By the time you watch this, we'll already know where she's going. Tons of people are going to be coming over, and I need to put on the dog. If you don't know what that means, it means
she's got to assert her dominance.
It means you got to make the house look good. So we're going to take these resin pots, otherwise known as plastic, paint them with our new Cottage color and anvil, and do a whitewash on them. And this is rated for outside. So then these are going to go from looking plastic to possibly a little bit like waterlogged cast iron, you know, when it gets like white and crusty. Oxidized, that's the word.
That's the hope.
And then
cast iron.
So let's get started.
So right now they kind of look like they're more of a cast bronze, and we're gonna go black, all the way black with the anvil.
Well, because our house is white and black, so.
Okay, let's get to painting.
Okay, I got. This is not super shiny, so 1 coat of anvil will work, and then we'll be ready for the whitewash. And it lays nice and flat, so it won't look painted. Like we did it with a brush. Sorry, I shouldn't say it won't look painted, it just won't look like brush strokes.
This might be the easiest, fastest project we've done on the channel in a while.
It's a crafternoon. I mean, it'll take as long as it does to spray a bunch of thrift lips.
So it's pretty subtle, but you can see it right there, the difference between the black and that like brownish, brassy bronze color. And then once we oxidize them with the whitewash, they're gonna look really good.
You know me, I can't ever just take anything straight off the shelf. I gotta paint it. So if you happen to go to your Costco and they have these big giant pots, just so you know, you could definitely do this project with a sample of the anvil and a sample of white linen. Because Zeb's almost done, I'm done, and that's how much is left. And it wasn't a new can, so you'll still have some left over. Doesn't take much. All right, so pro tip, we do have lined drop cloths. Do not attempt to do this on regular drop cloths. Your countertop will not thank you.
I've got white linen in Cottage color, and this is just a bowl of water. And I'm just gonna take about 1.5 inches of dip and paint there. And that's what we're gonna use to mix.
We call this the dip, dip, and drip.
Yeah, it's just a wash, so nothing hard about it. The nice thing is this has the built-in sealer, so even though we've thinned it way out, once it dries up, it stays where we put it.
Yeah, if it takes you, like if you gotta measure it, you're working too hard. Oh, careful, Zeb, you will splatter that all over the floor because it's very, very thin when you water it down. Once you get it on there, then you can really move it with more water, and it's just gonna really age your piece. And you can even take, if you're like, oh, that's too white, then you can do a black wash over it. You can just keep going back and forth until you get the look you want. And don't be scared, it's not gonna stay looking like this.
Okay, so Jami's just coming back with straight water because she wants it to look a little more oxidized and less painted on.
Yeah, I want more just that black coming through, so I'm just really getting the white off of there. So it's really just sticking down the cracks. You can kind of go around the other side and see what I'm doing. And it's okay if it's not uniform, that's the point. Natural wear and age is never.
I mean, do we even need to paint the backside or the bottom?
No, we're not painting the bottom. One of the things we're never short of is cardboard boxes. So what we're doing is we're filling up the bottom of these with recycled cardboard boxes so we don't have to use quite so much dirt, because these flowers do not need 2 feet of dirt to survive. 8 to 10 inches is probably sufficient.
Let's be honest, they're probably not gonna make it a month.
I'm not gonna kill them. I've had these pansies since Easter.
All right.
We're doing good. I have some sad hydrangeas over there, but they're not dead yet either. I'm just moving them to the shop. So we're mixing together some seedling mix and some vegetable garden soil, because that's what we have. So we'll do
just dirt. It don't matter.
It does matter, but I think if we do half this and half that, we'll be good, because this is the really good stuff. We kind of cheated. I bought this for like $14 for all these flowers at Costco, but I knew they would just kind of spread out and look really like well put together. They just gotta look good for tomorrow, and then I'll try to keep them alive after that. It's hard because it doesn't like want to stay back once you...
There we go.
All right, there we go. Ta-da. Okay, I think it needs to go up just a little if we can.
It can't really go up.
Okay.
It's fine.
We don't have any more dirt. That looks good.
You filled up your pot.
Like a boss.
Now you need to make sure you keep it really well watered.
Yeah, I will. Zeb's hosing off the porch, hosing off the door. There's actually dog paw prints on the inside, but I'll clean that later. They look great. They just like really look like really old pots, which fits well because I have like Crocs and an old hutch, so I didn't want new looking pots.
I was just testing to see if they held up being sprayed with the water, and they look like they're going to be fine.
They did good. They passed the Zeb test.
Yep. Thanks for coming along with us to the bins and our little gardening adventure out front.
Stay tuned for a slow pan of everything that we thrifted from the Goodwill bins, as well as a close-up of our challenge project, which was to make plastic resin pots look like old weathered oxidized cast iron. If you guys like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Jami Vintage for more
DIY
and thrifting. We'll see you on the next episode.